What are you doing? We're live. You gotta come be annoying. That's your shtick. Hi. If you are watching live or if you have come back to watch the replay, hi. Glad to have you. Glad you're here. I'm trying out a new time this week. We have typically been going live on Sunday nights at 11 Eastern. That's not a great time for everybody. So I posed the idea of going live a little bit earlier. Everybody seemed to like that idea. So here we are. We're going live a little bit earlier. So I don't know who all we're going to have tonight. I don't know how many people we're going to have, if anybody. That's okay. Even if we don't have anybody, that is A-okay with me. We're just going to try this new time out and see how it goes. Typically what I do is I want to know how everybody's week's going. So if you are watching, let me know in the chat how this past week has been for you. If there's anything exciting coming up in the week to come, I would be more than happy to hear what you got going on. So yeah, let me know what's going on with you. As far as my week is going, last week has been like a pretty crazy week. I mentioned in my live last week that, hi guys, Busy Little House and Two Family Homestead. How are you guys? I'm doing really well, Busy Little House. I'm glad you could make it. So in the past week, it's been a little bit crazy because, like I mentioned in my last live stream, I had a meeting for my business with the small business development people in my area. And that was terrifying because it's part of the Chamber of Commerce. It's in the Chamber of Commerce building. And I got in there and my company is, I have a commercial cleaning company. And so she was like, well, it just so happens that we are looking for a new cleaning company. Let me know how much you charge. So I sent her an email that night and I agonized over it. That was on Thursday. I absolutely agonized over it. I wanted to make sure I wasn't pricing too high. I also wanted to make sure that I wasn't selling myself short in case I ended up wanting to pass that along to a customer, not to a customer, but to an employee. Because what I need to live on is a lot different than if I am running the company and then I choose to employ somebody else. So I had to take that into consideration. So I don't know if I will get the Chamber of Commerce building as my first big job, but it would be pretty cool if I did. So I'm just waiting to hear back from that. I sent it to her Thursday night, so she had the opportunity to see it Friday. But I'm expecting her probably tomorrow or Tuesday to take a look at it and see if it's going to be within their price range. And then she said she was going to call me one way or the other Tuesday or Wednesday. We're also going to talk about some other marketing things that are coming up. So yes, that would be a huge blessing. So I also, in addition to that, I tried to, I have a Facebook page for my business, and I don't know if everybody knows, but the sponsored posts that you get on your news feed, those are paid for by companies, and anybody that has a business page pretty much can sponsor a post. And so I was going to sponsor a post for a promotion that I'm running with my business right now. And they said that it was a scam, and it's not. So they wouldn't let me run my ad, but they certainly took my $20. So now I have to make another ad that isn't a scam and spend my $20 to promote it. I don't know. I was really irritated with it. So now, not only does nobody know about my promotion, I'm out $20 and I don't have any money. It was actually Matthew's $20. So that's fun. But yeah, that was one of the things that we had talked about in our meeting. And I'm hoping that once I get another promotion up and running, that she said she's not going to follow my business page on, hey, the Heathstead, how's it going? They said that she said she wasn't going to follow my page on Facebook yet because she wants me to boost the post for our area. And she wants to see if in the next week or so, she wants to see if she sees it like sponsored, like if it's been advertised to her. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I shot the thumbnail earlier and I was like, I've got like 3 hours before I go live. So I was really bored and I was like, I'm going to go do my makeup and watch Dog the Bounty Hunter on YouTube. So that's what I did. I'm like, they've just started, ever since Beth Chapman died earlier this year, they've been re-releasing the Dog the Bounty Hunter episodes on the A&E YouTube channel. And so I have been obsessed. I've also been scarred for life by Dallas SWAT because they are really graphic. And like most of the time when you see TV shows and they have that like graphic content warning at the front, like you don't pay just a ton of attention to it. But then all of a sudden there's somebody's brain on the floor. And that's terrifying. So anyway, I watch Dog the Bounty Hunter and Live PD. I will watch Live PD because they do a lot of their shooting in Indiana. So anyway, that's a little synopsis of how my week's been going. A lot of business stuff. I expect a lot more business stuff next week as well. But how have y'all's weeks been going? Is there anything cool that happened in this past week? Or is there anything that you're looking forward to in this coming week? Let me know. Has everybody started seeds yet? I know we've got a Canadian in the house, so I don't know if you've started any seeds yet. And maybe you told me you weren't going to do garden. No, you weren't going to do animals. Oh, it was one of the two. Oh, I'm so bad at remembering like literally everything. I've got seeds on my table. That's why I asked, because I already got my seeds started. Let's see. Oh. Very nice. My uncle here is our district attorney. And so, and he's been a prosecutor for the state for like ever, because he was an assistant district attorney for a long time. And so he always like had to go to the crime scenes and see stuff. So he's like seen it in person and like it's like scarring for some people. Let's see. Your week's been amazing. You repaired your front door and painted it. Ew. And you started some seeds this week and you'll start more. Okay. Yay. That's exciting. Hey, Sam. In and out. Yep. You're feeding and milking and stuff. Let's see. The highlight of your week has been finally getting a tiny metal ball out of your toddler's poo. Oh no! Oh, that's terrible. At least it was a ball. I remember my sister pooped out a whole quarter one time when she was like 3. She's younger than me. And so like I remember my mom my sister wasn't even like good and potty trained yet either. And so my mom was like sitting on the toilet with her, and then she had like a stick from the yard, and she was like breaking open the poo to make sure that the quarter came out. Oh, it was so bad. Hey, Little Creek Homestead, you came in at a great time. We're talking about things in toddlers' poo. Oh me. Oh, so you got one that's about to be 2. I was talking to my boyfriend's parents, and he's in the other room. He's not feeling well, so he's not on tonight. But I was talking to them a couple of weeks ago when I was in Indiana, and we were talking about like stuff that kids stuck up their nose, and I stuck Tic Tacs up my nose, the orange kind. And I was born with a cleft palate, and so I was freaking out. My mom was freaking out because I was the first kid and I had a lot of stuff wrong with me. And so like I had shoved all these Tic Tacs up my nose, and and I was crying and screaming, and there was orange snot everywhere. And then all of a sudden, because I had a cleft palate, I went and just like sucked it back up. I stuck my tongue out, and there was 5 Tic Tacs laying on my tongue. Oh my goodness. Kids, if Grace has not done that yet, she is super liable to stick stuff up her nose. I feel like more people have stuff up the nose stories than they do have like quarters and metal balls in the poop story. Just saying. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys. Oh. Well, this is off to a great start. See, I talk about things like this, and then I'm really grateful that I don't have kids yet. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hilarious. Hey, Broke Urban Farmer. I'm so glad you came by. I had so much fun in your live stream yesterday. We're over here talking about some weird stuff, so join right in. Almost nothing is off limits here the other day. I said an O word the other day that I would never normally say on my channel, so like apparently I've gotten real comfortable on this platform. You stuck beans and dog food up your nose. Sammy! I hope that was a long time ago, because you're grown now, Sammy. Oh, me. Okay, maybe since Sammy's in here, maybe we're gonna keep it PG. Let's see. Yours is 3, and he swallowed it by complete accident, and you were not 100% sure that it wasn't a magnet. Oh, yeah, that's terrifying. Oh, that's terrifying. Hey, I'd be more than happy to come practice with Judah. My nephew lives right down the road, and he's only 9 months old right now, but he is rotten. So, did I tell you guys? I don't remember if I told you guys. A couple of weeks ago, my nephew stole my eyebrow. Yes, you heard that correctly. He stole my eyebrow off of my face. So, that happened. He's 9 months old. I have alopecia in addition to the cleft palate and all the other things that are wrong with me. So I don't have hair on a lot of my body. Like this is, it's a whole thing. Anyway, so I draw my eyebrows on. I don't have them microbladed yet. That's on my list of things to do. So I bent down like over his little baby jail that he has in the living room. And yeah, Sam, I made a TikTok about it. So I bent down over his little baby jail and was just chilling and talking to him. And you know how babies kiss you really aggressively? And they just open their mouths and they just slam their faces against your face because they're not good at kissing yet, right? So he went to go do that. And he went to kiss me on the eyeball. And he kissed me on the eyeball. And his upper lip hit my eyebrow. And he had half of a mustache. Oh, it was so funny. It was so funny. Oh, you shared that video? Yeah. So alopecia is not all that bad because sometimes you will give a 9-month-old baby a mustache. So there's that. Yes. Okay. So Broke Urban Farmer. Your name's Scotty, right? Scotty? I'm so bad at names. I don't know any of y'all's names. I'm so sorry. So yes, I have TikTok. It's actually linked in my channel links on my channel homepage. I don't know what my actual link is, but it's up there if you want to find it. Go follow me. I'll follow you back. It's great. So let me see. That would be the best. Yes. Oh, and you've got plants started too. That's awesome. Awesome. Okay, so you're Karen. Oh, do people like make fun of you with the whole Karen thing that's going on? I'm just wondering because I made a joke the other day and I said that I pulled a whole Karen because there was a guy in my yard being belligerent and I called the police on him. And I definitely like pulled a Karen and took my phone out and took a picture of him so I could show the cops. So, oh yeah, you do? Okay, I bet. So sorry about that. I'm sorry that you became a meme. Let's see. Stephanie, hello there. Yes, I am a renter still. That's like the whole thing. I've been a renter forever and ever and ever. I've never owned property. So you're not offended. Good, 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 good. So yes, I am a renter. I rent from a friend of the family now. This is actually my cousin's great grandmother that we rent from, and she's fabulous. I've known her my entire life. Like I'm pretty sure she's known the family since my mom was in elementary school or maybe middle school. Maybe earlier. I don't know. But anyway, they had this trailer. It was cheap. Her husband just died, so we are renting it because that way she's not alone. And she pretty much lets me do whatever I want. I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get chickens, but I have not asked her yet. And her son is going to come out with the tractor here in the next, hopefully, couple of days and till up a big spot in the yard. I think it's like 20 by 40 in the yard for a garden. So I am a lucky renter. But when I started my channel, I was much less lucky. So that was the whole thing. But we'll probably be renters for the next 3 to 5 years anyway. We're not going to work on building a house or buying a house until we get married. So, let's see. When you were little, you ate a lot of weird stuff and you still do. Ew. Yeah. I eat a lot of weird stuff still, but, we had spring rolls for lunch. A lot of people think that's weird, but it's not. They're delicious. I also eat a lot of sushi. So, all right, let's see. You were a homeowner and now you're saving up and renting. Okay. Oh, and you rent from family friend too. That's a good position to be in. Not everybody is as lucky as we are in knowing our landlords or landladies or whatever. So I consider myself to be pretty lucky. Right, Matthew? We're lucky that we've got the landlady we've got.
Yeah, we are.
She is the sweetest thing. I don't know if y'all can hear him. He said, yeah, we are. Let's see. You want chickens so bad? Yeah. I'm pretty sure she'll let us have them. But if we are going to do it, we're going to have to do it right because we do have a lot of, even though we're in the city limits, we do have a lot of coyotes and possums and raccoons and birds of prey. So I will have to make a small fortress of a chicken coop and a chicken run. They're not going to be able to be free range here. So we'll see. Karen says, get well soon, Matthew.
Thank you.
Hello, Bare Bottom Acres. You were the one, I was just talking about how I can't remember anybody's name. You're the one that was on Facebook and you're not feeling well, right? If that's the case, I hope you feel better, but I'm glad you were able to come visit. Karen loves spring rolls. Okay, so I made homemade spring rolls for the first time today, and dude, let me tell you, it is so hard. The wraps that they're in just turn into a gelatinous mess, and it is so confusing. I ended up getting mad and throwing a temper tantrum, and I just crushed mine up and pulled the wraps off and just ate it like a salad with I made a salad cream out of mayonnaise, sriracha, soy sauce, and peanut butter, and I just used that like salad dressing. So see, you have all those too, so you got your chicken coop on the local classifieds. Oh, that's cool. Oh, your name is Scotty. Very nice. Very nice. I just really want, since we are planning to be here for the next couple of years, typically I would not put money into a property that we don't own. That's one of the big things that I recommend that people who rent do, who are still homesteading but renting. But considering, number one, this is a family friend, I'm not that worried about it. And number two, we are planning to live here for the next couple of years. So I got to put down some kind of roots, right? Yeah, hopefully chickens is that. So we just moved to Tennessee this summer. We were living in Indiana, and before that I was in Florida, but I am originally from right here. I grew up in a house that is approximately 1 mile, maybe 1.5 miles from here. So yeah, let's see. You're a new friend of my channel. Oh, I'm happy to meet you too. Thanks. Let's see. I am drinking apple juice. I know that some people use apple juice as a euphemism for other things, but this is actual apple juice, and it's really good. We drink a lot of juice here, especially since Matthew's been sick. He's been just downing orange juice. Let's see. Hubby and I worked very hard for 5 years to get your tiny rundown home paid. Oh, yes. I'm glad that it's yours, man. Like, there's nothing like that from what I've heard. I wouldn't know. But I definitely felt like that with my car. Because I went without a car. I went without a driver's license for like 2 years because the state of Florida doesn't like you to get a driver's license in other states, and I didn't have the money to fight them. That was the whole thing. So I went without a driver's license for like 2, maybe 3 years, and I didn't have a car for even longer than that. And so when I finally had the money to buy my piece of crap that's sitting in the driveway, then it was delightful. Let's see. Even if you can't keep what you add to the property. Yep. I'm okay if I leave a chicken coop here because I know that it's always somebody in the family that lives here. Like my cousin lived here before me. My other cousins lived here before that, and they raised their kids here. And then before that, it was my landlady's sister. And so it'll be somebody in the family that ends up renting here. I don't know who, but nobody's going to be upset that there's a chicken coop here if I put a chicken coop in here. So, let's see. Yes, honorary Hoosier, except for euchre. I don't do euchre and I don't do pop. Let's see. Very good feeling. We also now own both vehicles. Oh, hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, I mean, does that mean you guys are debt free? Because I would love to be debt free. I mean, 3 months ago, I was not even 3 months ago, like 2 months ago, I was contemplating bankruptcy, but I think I'm going to be able to pay stuff off instead. So we'll see what happens. But I'm of the opinion that there's no shame in bankruptcy for the most part. Oh, you are. That's awesome. Yeah, Scotty, dude, Florida is a nightmare. And you have to go to the tax commissioner's office to get your, like where I lived, there was not a DMV or a BMV or a transportation department or anything. You had to go to the tax collector's office to get a driver's license. And that was weird. And our tax collector's office was in an old repurposed Winn-Dixie building. And so it still looked a lot like a grocery store, but it was like an office building, but it was all really wide open and very confusing and not secure at all. So yeah, super glad I don't live in Florida anymore. There are things I miss about it, mostly the people that I left behind, but I always tell everybody that that whole shtick about hashtag Florida man, Florida man does this, Florida man does that. Everything is true. Every single thing. More things are true than you think. That place is like another country even. It's the weirdest place. And I didn't live in the part up, in the panhandle or whatever. I didn't live in North Florida. I lived in like Central Florida. And that's really confusing because everybody is either from like Michigan originally or they're like actual Floridians. And I don't know which one's worse. I shouldn't say worse. I don't know which one's a bigger liability. Let's see. God guided us to where we're at. Yep. I'm glad to. Okay, I don't want to say I'm glad to be back in Tennessee because I'm not super glad to be back in Tennessee. I do wish that I was still in Indiana because Indiana is hands down the coolest place I've ever lived. But I'm here for a reason. I'm going to do my time here and then I'll get to leave. but it'll probably be at least 10 years before I actually get to go back to Indiana. And then, maybe it won't be such a great place to live anymore. I don't know. We'll have to see. But Matthew's family still lives there, so if they're still there, we might go back. I know. I'm afraid to say anything with regards to the pupper. He, I don't know. I think he lost his BALL under the coffee table because at the beginning of the stream, he was trying to play with it under there, and I think he got stuck. So, yeah. Let's see. Who is my favorite singer? I guess it depends on the genre. I really like the Pistolantes a lot. I've been singing a lot of Hamilton lately, but I don't recommend that you, Sammy, I don't recommend that you look up anything about Hamilton, because if I remember correctly, you were too young to watch it. But anyway, I like a lot of like Miranda Lambert, Pistolani stuff. I love Loretta Lynn and Patsy Cline and like Patti Page and Tanya Tucker, stuff like that. I've really been into a lot of older music now. The Secret Sisters are really, really nice. You should definitely look them up if you've never heard of them. Let's see. You're 12, almost 13. Yeah, I was thinking you were 12. So yeah, no Hamilton for you, ma'am. Not for a few years anyway. But it's a musical. It's really cool. It's like a historical musical. Very nice. Yep, Patsy Cline. Love me some Patsy Cline. Let's see. Hello, Organic Raw Roots Farm. How are you? Let's see. My uncle lives next door to Lorella. Oh, well, that's cool. So where we live, the Loretta Lynn like ranch and everything is only about an hour from here, so that's a whole big thing. And then when I lived in Indiana, everybody, which is unrelated, but you said went to high school or went to school with Crystal Gale. So in Lafayette, it's a big deal that the Guns N' Roses people went to school at the main high school in Lafayette. And I know people like my friends' parents like went to school with them. So that's a whole thing. Let's see. Oh, I'm your favorite? That's so sweet. What makes me your favorite? I'm just curious. Because I don't know what I do right. I've been in a big slump here lately, and I don't know what type of videos I'm supposed to be doing anymore. I have some pre-recorded, but I haven't posted them yet. Let's see. You are better. Oh, I'm glad you're better. Let's see. Dude, Indiana is wild, man. Oh, well, I'm glad that you were able to come on, Karen. I appreciate you, and I hope to see you next week. I'm really glad that your tiny child is okay and, without metal now. Yes, my eye is better. I appreciate it. Oh, hey, you only love the dog because he's not driving me crazy right now. Most time, he never gets up there and sleeps like that when I'm live. Usually he's trying to get me to play with him with his toy. I won't say the name of it because then he'll wake up and like ask me for it. Usually he's a pain. Let's see. Oh, I'm real and relatable. Matthew was just telling me about how fake I am in my videos. I don't think I am, but he thinks I am. Oh, I won't have nightmares. That's A-okay. I hope you have a good night, though. Let's see. His name is Ollie. His full name is Oliver Thatcher, but he only gets called that when he's in trouble. Other than that, he is Ollie Oxenfree. He is Alibaba. He's Olive Arrow. He's looking at me funny, but I'm not looking at him. And I also tell him that he is the Swedish boy, because I was telling him that he was the sweetest boy, but then I started calling him the Swedish boy, and I started saying IKEA to him, because I don't know anything else that's Swedish other than like ABBA and Svedka. So yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. He knows. Oh, his toy is under the coffee table. That's what he does. He will put it under the coffee table and whine at me until I get it out. But I'm not having that today. He can't make me. I refuse. So he's gonna go in there and get under the covers. It's been really cold for some reason. Like, it was warm today, but like the inside of our house has been really cold. So he's about to go in there, I think, and get under the covers in the guest room and watch Matthew play video games. Let's see. I'm not afraid to be myself. Aw, thanks. I do a lot of weird things, and I definitely am afraid to be myself sometimes. But that's the benefit of YouTube, is that you people don't know me like in real life. And so you don't know like my family, you don't know anything about like my situation and stuff like that. But my family and the people I grew up with now, especially since I've moved back to my hometown, it's really hard because people have like these ideas of who you're supposed to be and how you're supposed to act, like in their head. And it doesn't really matter, because those people aren't you and they don't have to live with your decisions. But it doesn't mean that when they say things to you that it doesn't hurt. So I get to be like this on YouTube because this is my real self. But in real life, I don't get to do a lot of the things that I want, and I don't get to talk about the things that I want. And my family thinks that I'm crazy for homesteading, because why wouldn't you just go buy stuff at the store? And I'm like, well, what happens when there aren't stores? And they're like, well, you are paranoid. And I'm like, and our food system is broken. And then we argue, and it's not harmonious. So I just don't argue anymore, and I just do what I want at my own house. See, be yourself. It's a great thing. Yep. I haven't watched your videos yet, I don't think, Organic Roots Farm, but I'll have to, let me click. I'll open up your home page on a open tab, and when I do that, it's not going to let me. Well, I will find you at some point, and I will look at your videos. Excuse you, sir. Here we go. Can I help you? Can I help you? Sir? Anybody want a dog? Just come get him. Yeah, some people just don't get it. It's not for everybody, and that's okay. But this whole rat race lifestyle is not for everybody either. But if you tell people on the outside, if you tell the sheeple that it's not for everybody, they will disagree with you. Whatever. I can't wait to buy some property and just go live in the woods with some friends and like have a little low-key commune. That's the goal, honestly. Oh, you just had a tornado hit your farm? Oh, that's awful. Where's your farm? Like, what state are you in? No, you got 5 dogs. See, you love growing your food and your family thinks you're crazy. Yes, my whole family thinks it's bonkers, except for the ones that want free food. That is like high key the only reason that anybody even cares. Like, they're all fine and dandy if I bring them tomatoes, and if I'm like when I get chickens, if I bring them eggs, they're all fine and dandy with that. They just don't want anything to do with it, and they don't want to hear about it, and they don't want to support me. And that's the tea, sis. Fort White, Florida. And you live in Miami half the week. Okay. I used to live in Florida. It was really cool because I could garden all year. But it was really expensive for me to live there. I was working 3 jobs and I was only getting like 5 hours of sleep a night. And I was like 120 pounds skinnier then, and I looked like I was on drugs. But even if I had been on drugs, I couldn't have afforded them because everything is so expensive there. You know? So Florida's good and bad. If you can afford to live there, that's awesome. It was just not for me. Let's see. It's a beautiful thing. They're the crazy one. I totally agree, Stephanie. I totally agree. They are the ones that haven't seen the light. We don't get a whole lot of like Jehovah's Witnesses or like Mormons or anybody knocking on doors in this part of the world. But I feel like doing that, like I feel like being a door knocker and going around and being like, excuse me, sir, do you have a moment to talk about our Lord and Savior, Joel Salatin? Because like if more people understood what we were trying to do, I feel like we would, there would be more of us and it would be less weird. For real. Okay, so like I was homeless twice in Indiana. I was never homeless in Florida. I was almost homeless in Florida, and that's why I left. I also went to Indiana for that reason. But then I was homeless twice in Indiana. So, but that was my fault. It really was. I was not taking care of everything the way I needed to be. But we're all good here now. Let's see. Miami is way constantly in traffic, so bad. Yeah. I never actually went to Miami while I was there. I had a layover in Miami once, but I never actually like got out and explored it all. But I did explore in like Tampa and stuff. Tampa's pretty cool. Let's see. Yeah. I would love pasture, woods. I don't care. I want to be. Have you guys ever seen The Village, like the M. Night Shyamalan movie? Have you ever seen The Village? Because if you've seen The Village, that is exactly what I want. You grew up in a Mormon area. Hey, some of my best friends are members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I love them. Ain't no shame in that game. Oh, you guys will love me. Oh, see. Well, I mean, that's cool. I don't. So you would think, living as close to Nashville as I do, you would think that I would see more country music folks. And like, if I spent more time in Nashville, maybe I would. But I only go there a couple of times a year. I've been to Indianapolis a lot more in the last 5 years than I've been to Nashville. Do y'all hear my dog whining right now? Oh, he just stopped. Anyway, maybe if I spent more time in Nashville, I would see. Excuse me, sir. Sir, can I help you?
What?
Call your dog, please. He's laying in the floor all depressed because his ball's stuck under the coffee table. He's having a moment. His bone is literally laying right here. He is fine. Oliver. Get your bone. Hey, go get your bone. Or run into my finger. Whatever. That's fine. No, you don't understand. Tell your mom that if I get his ball, then he's gonna expect me to play with him. And he put it under there on purpose because he can't get it out himself, and he's expecting me to get it out. And when I get it out, then I've touched it. And when I've touched it, that clearly means that I want to play with it, which is not true, but that's how he thinks. And that's why I'm not getting his ball, because he's doing this for attention, and I don't negotiate with terrorists. Well, thank you so much, Scotty, for coming on and hanging out. I'll be getting off here probably in about 20 minutes or so. But we will have to get you a regular live stream thing so we can hang out some more. My favorite thing to grow, I don't know. I really like growing collard greens, which I wish more people liked collard greens. They're really easy to grow. They're super easy to grow vertically, and a lot of people don't grow them vertically, but they absolutely should. Tomatoes are okay. They're finicky. Let's see. Peppers are cool. I do like okra, but like I feel like okra ripens too fast, or like it gets woody too fast. Like you'll go check it in the morning and it won't be ready, and then by the time you go look at it in the afternoon, it's already too far gone. It grows so fast. Let's see. My name's Claire. I should have mentioned that. Hi, I'm Claire. My boyfriend, who is not pictured, is Matthew. No, if I give the ball to Matthew, then Matthew's going to throw it, and he's going to throw it in here, and I'm in here. Let's see. I am located in Tennessee. It is cold-ish for this area. Today was pretty mild, but we've had a decently cold snap here. But I was living in Indiana, and by Indiana terms, no, it's not cold here. Our last frost date is the week of my birthday. It's the first week of April. So it is more than time for me to be starting seeds indoors. And yeah, it's not too bad. I've got most of my gardening experience is right here in this town. So I'm familiar with the dirt and how awful it is. It's super full of clay. I made a whole video about that. And, you know, it's a whole thing. Like, everything's fine. You're Terry. It's nice to meet you, Terry. Oh, you're the squash lady? I do like growing squash, but we don't have enough good pollinators here that, like, my blossoms will end up falling off before the plant's been fertilized. Or, well, you know what I mean, like pollinated. So I always have to go around and find the male flower and get a Q-tip, and I'll go around and I swab the insides of all of the flowers to make sure that we end up with squash, because most of the time, if I don't do that, most of the time the blossoms fall off. So, let's see. Where are you guys again, Sammy? I forgot. You're not very far from here. You're in like Arkansas or something. I know y'all moved from Pennsylvania, and then you moved to somewhere. I've forgotten. Let's see. Hey, Christy Betts, how are you? We're over here talking about squash and like different plants and stuff. I've got my seeds started indoors, and we're talking about our favorite things to grow. It's all good. Good conversation tonight. Let's see. You know a lot about praying mantis and ladybugs if I need info. Oh. All right. Are you going to be making videos about that? Because I don't have an issue with praying mantis, but I do have an issue with ladybugs, specifically with them getting in my house. So yeah. That does rhyme. Missouri's not very far from me, especially depending on what part of Missouri you're in. The parts over by Kansas are about 6-7 hours from me, but like if Poplar Bluff area is only like 3 hours from me. So I've been to Missouri a lot. My dad goes to Arkansas a lot too. Some of my friends just announced Willow Creek Homestead. They just announced that they are moving to Missouri this summer or spring. And I'm really excited because they're only going to be 3.5 hours from me. I'm really excited for them. You're doing a squash video in a few days. That's cool. Oh, you breed them. Oh. Well, girl, they've been doing enough breeding in my house that if you need some stock, these are prolific. They are awful. My trailer is so old. This trailer is like probably a 50, 60-year-old trailer. It's old. And so, like, I've got single pane windows old. So these ladybugs are everywhere. And I've sprayed, I made up some essential oils, and it was like I mixed essential oils and rubbing alcohol together for this thing I found on the internet. And it was like cedar wood oil and eucalyptus and lemongrass, I think it was. And I sprayed it on all my windowsills and stuff. But they live here now. So, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about it. Let's see. You will make a video. Very nice. So you live in southern Missouri. I wonder how far that would be. If you, Sammy, if you can, pop open Google Maps and figure out how far it is from where you live to Jackson, Tennessee. Let's see. Ladybugs eat mites and aphids, and they lay eggs in 2 days. About 1,000 eggs. That makes so much sense. I wonder if they eat spider mites, because for some reason this year we've got spider mites. Like, I've got, let me show you. I doubt you'll be able to see it. This is one of my, whoa, way overexposed. I had to move my lamp down here. But this is one of my pumpkins that we haven't eaten yet, and you're not going to be able to see it in this video, but it's got spider mites on it. And I was hoping that we wouldn't have any issues like that. We haven't had any issues with rot on it. It's got a really nice cuticle on it, but random spider mites. Who knew? Let's see. You'll be watching that video. Ladybugs are a gardener's best friend. Yes, but you don't understand. I literally have 50 or 60 of them in my bathroom at any given time, and it doesn't matter how many I scoop up and throw out the window. It doesn't matter. They're getting back in, or they live here, or whatever. We are infested, and they fall in my hair while I'm asleep, and like they'll accidentally fall on me, and like it'll wake me up and scare me. It's terrible. The dog is cute, but he's also stupid. So, let's see. Okay. Oh, you're only an hour from me? I might have to come visit you guys. Tell your mom to message me on Facebook. Let's see. The Asian ladybugs like light-colored houses because their natural habitat is a light-colored rock. Dude, okay. So that may be that. Let's see. You mean Poplar Bluff. So are you only an hour from Poplar Bluff, or are you only an hour from me? I don't know. Let's see. Put a ladybug on it. Oh, yes, it is a really pretty pumpkin. I actually didn't grow that one this year. Since we moved in the middle of the summer, I didn't have a garden this year. But I did get it from a local pumpkin patch. We had several. We've actually still got a bunch. I've got 2 butternut squash still, and that pumpkin and some little pumpkins. And then I've got probably 2 gallons of pureed pumpkin in my freezer right now. So we've been having a lot of pumpkin waffles this winter. Let's see. I don't know if it's powdery mildew or not. and it's got these little like web thingies on it. That's why I thought it was spider mites. The outside of it has got a like it's just the regular cuticle because that type of pumpkin has a really thick waxy cuticle. I can't remember what they're called. It's something French. It's something very French. Let's see. Oh, so I'm lucky? Okay. All right. All right. All right. You looked up where Jackson, Tennessee, and it says 4 hours. Hey, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I've definitely driven farther to meet people. I've flown to meet people. We drove to Homesteaders of America, and that was crazy. Are you guys going to Homesteaders of America, Sammy? Let's see. Let the ladybug clean up what's on the pumpkin. Let's see. I talked to my sister about going to Baker Creek with me. So if she'll go with me, and if we have the time and the money, then yes, we are going to go. My sister likes houseplants. Pumpkin. Oh. Well, I guess they must have heard me talking about him because now my video is gonna buffer. I guess the ladybugs heard me talking about him because they're just like not there. Let's see. I'd hope to have. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Everything here is really wet right now. So, when are you so buffery now? It was doing so good earlier. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, I could because like the steam or whatever. I literally have to scoop them out of my bath water. So, the next time I find one, when I scoop it out, I'll scoop it out and I'll put it on the pumpkin. Let it dry out over there. Now it says my connection's unstable. Why? HIS Happy Inches Little Homestead. Just wanted to come show you some love and wanted to come to you. Wish you could stay. Much love. Mary. Hi, Mary. I'm sorry I'm having some like connection issues over here today. But I'm glad that you could come and visit. Definitely. We've been talking. Oh, see, the chat's coming in bursts now. So I'm sorry I'm all buffery and stuff. I know it's buffering. Ugh, me. Oh, now it's not even significant lag as well. Let's see. You gonna let me type now? Oh, of course it's not. You sure? Yeah? All right. Can I help you, sir? Okay. Well, since I can't type in the chat, and since we've been on here for almost an hour anyway, let me type my words that I typed up like 3 minutes ago just popped up. I think I'm probably going to go ahead and end the live stream. I have no idea and no way to know if you guys can hear me because it's not giving me the chat anymore. But it did really good and didn't buffer at all, or maybe just a little bit for the first part. So that's good. every now and then I'll have a stream where it's just impossible and you just can't deal with it. So I'm still going to call this a success. I don't know why it's being like this. Well, there, my comment finally went up, at least on my end. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream, you guys. We are going to plan for the same time next week. We were doing it at 10 o'clock Central, 11 Eastern, but now we are doing it at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central. Does mom message you on Facebook? She can message me on Facebook. I have a Rent to Grown page, or if she knows my actual name, she can message me on my actual profile. I'm also pretty active in the small YouTube homestead group. So if you guys are on there, you can find me on there as well. Assuming that you can hear me right now. So, you know. Anyway. I think there's a pretty significant lag now. Sorry, guys. But anyway, thank you so much. Same time next week. We're going to do 8 o'clock Eastern. 8 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Eastern. And I'll see what I can do about getting that put on the schedule permanently. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. It was so awesome to hang out with you guys. I look forward to this every single week. And yeah. I hope to get to meet you soon too, because if you're the Christy that I'm thinking about, then you're friends with Dawn, and if you're friends with Dawn, then we're definitely going to end up getting to meet. I haven't seen Dawn very much lately, but I need to. So I'm just going to keep rambling until YouTube gives me the option to end this live stream, because I've clicked the button twice now and it's not coming up. There we go. Bye, guys. If it ends, hopefully it ends. I hit end. There's no way to tell. I can just, what do I do? Do I perform? Do I sing? I go out walking after